I remember back, I don't know, it was like in the early to mid 90s. We were first fielding the Paladin, so M109 howitzer. And the Paladin was different because it had a lot of computerization to it and automatic targeting features that they could take FTC controls and automatically apply it to the gun, and the gun would fire. And my battalion, 382FA, they're in 1st Cav, was the first ones to, or some of the first ones anyways, to field that. We're part of the Force 21 package, yada, yada, yada. I think within the first month of us having those Paladins, we had 2 firing incidents. Those firing incidents meant one gun fired like 180 off or 3,200 off, right? So he's supposed to be shooting north, and he shot south, you know. And one of the rounds hit really close to, I think, a trailer park outside of Fort Hood, Texas. And then there was another incident similar to that. So luckily nobody was hurt on that. Why do I bring that up? Well, because I think Laura Chen, as much as I like watching her content, completely missed the mark on this. So I want to give her a little education. She doesn't understand grunt culture. She doesn't understand the video she's watching. And she's obviously never watched Matt Best's videos going back 10 years or so. So let's go ahead and play this video. Let's hopefully see if the audio will share.
Ready for
Muff. All right. First indicator that this is a very big parody is that. All right. So you automatically know that this is funny.
Welcome to the Military Uniforms Fabulous Fashion Show, where we
Ranger Fashionista.
hasn't had a carb in 10 years.
All right. Point 1 or point 2. Point 1 was the muff. Point 2 is how people how the military portrays Navy SEALs. Well, not military, I guess. It's just guys spend a lot of time being buff, waxed, in short shorts, living in a tin can with other buff, waxed up, short men. All right. So one of the things you're going to find through grunt culture, Miss Chen, is that there is like you would almost say it's like a homoerotic undertone, because you got to understand, guys live with each other for years. Just years. And are these guys gay? Absolutely not. We are 100% flaming heterosexual. However, that being said, you see comedy like this all the time, and every guy comes up with a lisp. I'm not good at it anymore because it's been like 15 years since I've had to practice, but I had a pretty good lisp myself. Let's go ahead and play.
Oh, seriously, I should have a pee in my mouth.
It's a real-life Navy SEAL.
Okay, we have a private, I'm loving him, and his dependopotamus.
The dependopotamus. The private, dressed kind of like a bum, can't afford his own clothes, so he wears, his BDU or ACU pants and his PT jacket, because that's about what his budget allows. Dependopotamus, Miss Chen. What is a dependopotamus? Well, up in the northern regions, like in Alaska, we call them tundra Wookiees. And then the rest of the, installations, we call them dependopotamuses. And that is because our dependents, our wives, have a tendency of not ever moving off the couch for years, and they just grow like a hippopotamus. They become dependopotamuses. They also become very angry and very territorial, which means that the soldier never wants to come home, so he usually has a couple of side gigs too, because dependopotamus, she needs her prying stick to get her, ass wiped. And all they are there for is sucking up resources. They usually prey on dumb privates that lose their virginity to the first 300-pound girl they come across, and he thinks he's in love, and she thinks she's in love with his paycheck, which is like $528 a month plus benefits. Dependopotamus. There's your term for the day. Let's carry on.
I want to see more.
Boys, we were not sure if the National Guard was going to show up, but here they
I think I
are.
missed that the first time around. Did he just sniff his nuts? I think he did. Let me go back here.
Guard was going to show up, but here they are.
Well, I keep missing it. Where's it at?
Boys, we were not sure if the National Guard was going to show up, but here they are.
He may have skipped PT, but he...
All right. Look at that ton of sexiness. National Guard, PT belt laden, fat motherfucker. I retired from the Guard, by the way. So, completely out of uniform, completely doesn't give a fuck. Probably wheezes when he walks up more than one flight of stairs. Probably not, but probably. There have been some guys that they don't understand that, that box of MREs is supposed to last you like 2 weeks and not, till lunch tomorrow. So, and especially the guys that, well, maybe not especially the guys that get deployed, but the guys that get deployed, I think, I've seen National Guard guys come back fatter from deployment than they left. And I think it's because they sit around all day, they get issued like 2 MREs plus a chow hall, and they just sit around and eat. It's kind of funny. And the PT band thing, or the PT belt thing. I'm not going to go into that now, but we used to call those the target acquisition belts. The Al-Qaeda and Taliban used to issue them to the U.S. Army so we could put those on. They could more easily engage us, in low light conditions. Anyways.
Doesn't skip breakfast.
I caught it.
Slap me with
Stolen valor.
because that valor is stolen.
I never thought I'd be sitting here as an announcer just loving what
Well, hopefully you know something about stolen valor stuff. I don't get into that. I could care less. But the guys that are stacked like a Russian general and they got every award from every military ever and everything, and they, they're wearing 3 different berets and whatnot, and just because for whatever reason. Some of these guys I think is hilarious, but it's probably because I've also looked at those uniforms. I'm like, this has got to be a joke, right?
I'm seeing on the runway tonight.
It is like
And that mustache.
with a dash of chunky
There we go.
Special
Me,
Forces
SEAL Team
Green
69.
Berets.
That boy has a second family in Thailand.
He's owning these.
The second family in Thailand. So, well, Special Forces guys are probably not going to bend. They're not going to get waxed up like your SEALs will.
Exact essence of being a special operator.
I haven't seen it all the way through to see if there we go. Deployment check. Deployment goggles. What is deployment goggles, Miss Chen? What is deployment goggles? Deployment goggles is that girl that comes in with missing like 3 teeth and the other half of her teeth, or 3 teeth right in the front of her girl, and all her other teeth are blue. She bad skin, doesn't, whatever. You understand that most deployments, it's like a 1 to 20 ratio at best for women to men, right? So when you first get into theater, you've just spent, you've had your time to knock it out with whoever you're knocking it out with. Well, when you get over to deployment, what you got is the nice hot porta potty, to knock it out in. So, that fat girl, after about 6-7 months, you start thinking, yeah, I might take her home to see my mom.
One ugly bitch.
Yeah.
No.
Try the deployment goggles.
What are these?
It is a deployment 9.
From a diamond in the rough caterpillar to a beautiful blossoming butterfly. That fucking thing took the show. I'm drunk. Run the runway, Marines.
They gotta have a sword. Marines always have to have a sword. And he's got his crayon beer dork armor on. Crayons. Do you understand the term crayons of Marines? Miss Chen, I would, if you want to understand Marine culture, I'd start off with a small box of the 8 colors, and you have to taste test each one. I know, everybody's got their own preference, I kind of like the blues myself, but, I don't have the refined palate for crayons that Marines do. So, and I know someone who's kind of like mix and mash, kind of like make a stew out of it. But what I'd say is you don't have to start off with a whole box of 64. I'd start off with a small box of 8 just to kind of work yourself into it. And taste test each of the crayons, and you'll start understanding the Marines here.
I love the outfit, but there will be a lot
69 colors. Oh.
I knew that they were gonna go the chesty puller, the crayon joke. Makes me proud to be in the family.
Do it. Give him one for Chesty.
Well, someone's getting canceled on Twitter.
What a show! What a show! How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling pretty good, Mr. Best. My name is Master Colonel.
Master Colonel, and the whole being completely not military, like Master Colonel. That's awesome. That's better than
Ken
most.
Sanchez, and I'm from Akron, Ohio, and I gotta say that this uniform has got me so many discounts at Chili's.
Oh, Chili's. Okay. So what was your inspiration for your uniform? Was it service and the sacrifice and the men and women that had died and given everything for this nation? Was that your inspiration?
No, I just wanted to get some pussy.
Quitting my job.
And that's it. Your whole video thinking that they've gone woke, unfortunately, well, I guess you just don't understand. You haven't lived in the culture in this culture ever, and it probably looks woke to you, but I think it's fucking hilarious, and I guarantee there's a lot of door kickers out there that think it's fucking hilarious. So that being said, I'm going to leave you with that, and don't get too wrapped around the axle. This content was obviously not meant for you because you think it's woke kind of BS. This is definitely a targeted ad, and I guarantee you there's millions of people out there that find this fucking hilarious. Anyways, you have a great day. I'll talk to you later.